Set. 19. You got double time. Double time. 3 now. 3 now. Check 3. Check 3. Check.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you could hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Here's Watson. And that's complete to Cooks. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again is Watson, sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Colts pick it up. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
A big play there for Indy. 49 yards on the ground. So he rips off a great run and shows you why this year he's top 10 in rushing in the league.
And looks like he's trying to move up fast on the leaderboard, doesn't he? Top 10, looks like he's trying to get into the top 5.
Now it's Hines. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down now, it's Hines.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll try to run with Hines, and he takes it in for a Colts score. Nyheim Hines, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. To throw is Watson. And he's going to go down again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Justin Houston, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep is Travis Carey. That's taken at around the 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. Check, check. Lucky.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Go! And shoot go. Check nine. 6-6. Pull it high. Go.
Operating from the gun. Eason looking left side. He's got it. Complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point try good by Gano. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd and 9, Watson, complete. Smith has it. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception, but not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down. On 2nd and inches, Watson, it's caught. Smith And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Running from the gun, Johnson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And Johnson on an island by himself in the backfield. 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. David Johnson. His 2nd touchdown on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. The PAT good. It would draw them closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, if that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going. Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Back to throw. Eason, and that is incomplete. And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. 41
check, 41. Hey, 41 Mike. So don't say nothing. Go.
They'll try and throw for it here. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Being chased out left. And that's incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Hey, Zoo. Stay with your man. 80 weapons.
Here's Taylor. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Eason. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
45.
To throw on second down. Eason, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
From the gun on 3rd down. Eason, and this is going to be incomplete. So good coverage there defensively as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the 3rd.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 49.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, here's Watson. That's complete to Cobb. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Now, I know it's only a loss of a couple of yards, but when you get near the sidelines, just flip the ball out of bounds, incomplete, and save the yardage. Save the yards, not your stats.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. But it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going forward there was the right call.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Looking deep for Hilton. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Here we go. Set. 8. Read. Recon. 132 fighter. You like. Ready.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there.
Now Watson to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This is Johnson. He's got it.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Watson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
From the 50, it's Watson. And his throw here's incomplete. Kenny Moore that time there on the coverage.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Watson, buying time to his left. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Watson, there goes a deep ball, end zone. And got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Kenny Stills, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans get a bit closer. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 1st down, it's Taylor. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, Eason. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. Flushed out right. That's complete to Jake Butt. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. The Texans on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. David Johnson. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game. Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him in their play action, but other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down, and the Texans take over an excellent field position. In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6. They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They go to Johnson again. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Here we go. Joker, 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 Joker. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Hey, 24.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Off of play action, it's Watson rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Here's Johnson, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A 5-yard touchdown run, and the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. It's a foot race. Past the 20, 10, and he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. What a return, and they've taken the lead. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Now Watson. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 36. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Let's make these babies cry.
Watson.
Let's make these babies cry.
He gets it to Cooks. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
I got you, Cook. Check it out, Reed. Shift. Watch the shift.
On 3rd down, Johnson. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So now Catanzaro comes on in a pressure spot. This to tie things up in the final minute. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. Now, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with.
And this is going to be intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. There he goes right side. And this results in 6. Touchdown. Catanzaro now for the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed him. Instead, second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals taking on the champions from the NFC, the Minnesota Vikings. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go one more. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Slam. Under 10, 10.
On first down, Dillon. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a carry for Dillon. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
65. Shift. 53. Come on.
On 3rd down, here's Peyton. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. They'll run on first down. Dillon. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run with a Hall of Famer, Peyton. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. On 3rd down, Dillon. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all...
And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Danielle Hunter. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Now McNair off the play fake. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's McNair. Johnson's got it complete. His second catch in the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Come on now, let's go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Now back to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. A give to Cook out of the gun. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. They'll set up a throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
What you call a rookie mistake. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get it in that direction.
4 catches already here in this Super Bowl. He's got another first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On first down, Dillon. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll try and run for it with Peyton. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42.
So now, 50's the flag. Check 53 flag. In your face.
On second down, Slade. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
First down, it's McNair. He completes it to Boyd. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll run now with Peyton. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
No. He's coming. We got double up.
Here's McNair. The quick slant caught. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. They come up in an offset eye. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. They'll run now with Dillon. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Go.
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Forced out to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep, and that's caught inside the 35. Oh, they hate that. Wipes out the big play.
And I know this is the NFL, so they would probably fine you for this type of a penalty. But when I was in college, you used to have to do up-downs for the number of yards that you cost a team in a big play.
That's pulled in at the 32. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust them.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So these two teams will head to the locker room as we hit halftime in Super Bowl 56. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 2nd and 5. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right. Hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lamb. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down. Looking to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
Back to throw here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
You don't see me, you know me. Line 36. Line 36.
Back to throw. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off at the 25. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try to pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon, they'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 3rd down, McNair. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Ready. 6-1. All right. Let's go, B. Let's go. Hey, let's get this. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Kill.
They'll run on 1st down. Dillon will be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon. And he stopped immediately there. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
To throw on 3rd down. McNair. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down.
Check. Lucky. Check 9.
They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Switch.
They run again with Dillon, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, McNair. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 34. 20. 10, and he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll look to throw. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away. They stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now listen, it's a team game. We know that. But where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again. But on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. And you just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon, and he powers his way up past the 30. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Check 24, check 24. He's crossing. He's checking cross.
On 3rd down, McNair. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline. You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. McNair to throw. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw on third down, McNair. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious, so you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. They run again with Peyton. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's Dillon. And he's into the clear. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. They'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Bengal Nation rejoice. Cincinnati has given you the Super Bowl title. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy.